Alright, we're back with one more game for the stream tonight. So we've already done Ghosts and Goblins, and then Ghouls and Ghosts. Now it is time for Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Let's go. Let's do it. Alright. And playing with the Super Nintendo controller as well. So, as you can see, like the cool sidebar right there. And the Mario sound effects. It's right over here, so let's go. Now, I still own the cartridge for this game, by the way. Let the intro go. Everything about this game. The only major issue I have with this game is a slowdown. Other than that, everything else is good. Alright. I'm going to leave it on normal. Alright, that's good. 9 lives. Let's go. Alright, this is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. This game came out in 1991. It wasn't a launch title for Super Nintendo North America, but it came out afterwards, like months later. From Capcom, of course. And this game is basically a console exclusive. This was not based off an arcade game. It was only on the Super Nintendo. So they made a third game. Just in time for the Super Nintendo, after it launched, this game was released. And there we go. So let's do it. So you can see there's Arthur and there's Princess Prin. But something is coming to the castle. They just wanted to see each other. But then something happens. Funny enough, there's Satan, and that's the only time he appears in this game. He doesn't appear at all anywhere else. Man, that frame rate, though, in that section, for whatever reason. But the frame rate in this game is actually, like, normal, like 60 frames. Okay, so, in this game, you can't shoot up or down anymore. You can, however, double jump. No, I don't want that. Alright, let's move. This game did get ported to PlayStation 1 in Japan. It was on PS2 through the Capcom Arcade Classics, despite the fact that this was not even an arcade game. I'll take the knife for now, until, like, I get the best weapon in the game. The best weapon in the game is a crossbow, which I needed. So in this game, they introduced the green armor, which is basically like powering up your weapons. But the gold armor has that, but also the special abilities. I do have some fond memories playing this game. Some not so fun because of how hard this game is, but still. Nope. Resurrection did not have this. It only up to the gold only up to the gold armor. Oh, the shield. You can block some projectiles, but only once, and then the shield breaks. So it protects you. But the projectile has to hit the shield. If it hits you, otherwise, you will still lose everything. I don't want that. Oh, that's a trap. I'll slow down. Get rid of that wizard. And now it's boss time. Yeah, the jumps... Yeah, you can do precise jumps here. Got him.
You win.
Very good. Stage 2. This game is longer. Fever had a bad day. It sure did. The sunken pirate ship. Kill the wizard. Let's go. No, not like that. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, there's also fake chests, mimics. So I gotta be careful with those. And there's 2 of them here. Now, yeah, now we finally have a Mimic Pokemon after so many years. You'd think that they would have made one sooner. Like maybe Gen 3 or Gen 4, they would have made a Mimic Pokemon, but now we got one. So now they want to rip off, like, traditional JRPGs with Pokemon. We got these Typhoons here. Now we got these, Whirlpools. Pokemon is truly an RPG now. Looking forward to playing it on, like, real soon. It's coming out this weekend. And I am streaming it. It's gonna be great. I'll probably be grinding off stream. No, I don't want either one of those. I want the crossbow. It's either crossbow or nothing. That's what I'm hoping for too. Alright, let's go. Okay, we got Merman coming up. I'm gonna have to jump very high. Double jump. Like that. Alright, let's go. Alright, the Merman's waiting. And there it is. There's gonna be another one coming up. Because of course there is. Let's go. Rub-a-dub-dub, sinking armored man in a tub. Yep. That's just the way it is. We got this. The boss should be coming up. We're getting closer. Wait for it to pop up. It won't take any hits until it's ready to attack. Now. Or maybe I jumped the gun. Wow. Yeah, that randomizer is coming up during Thanksgiving weekend on that Sunday. And it's for charity too. I'm going to be raising money for Extra Life for the local children's hospitals near me. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This one. Nope. Let's go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the randomizer. Alright, sure. I appreciate it. This way. Yeah, it kind of does. I wonder if some of the I wonder if it's the same composer from Capcom at the time. It probably might be the same composer. Ah, no. Geronimo! Death by Goofy Scream. Fly, you fucker! Can you fly? Talk about refusing to die. We're going through. No, that's definitely not the one I want. That's the worst one. And not one I want. I wonder, does it generate? It does. Gotta keep moving. Nope. Alright, we gotta move this way. Right here. Yes! That's what I want. Because with this it unlocks the treasures. Like the closest treasure to you will spawn money bags. It's boss time. That was great.
You win!
Time for the next stage. Stage 4. And this is the creepiest stage in the game. Oh, if you think this is creepy now, it's gonna get creepier as I move on. And this game was made with double jump in mind. They build around it. This game did get ported to Game Boy Advance, and there's some extra stuff, including stages from Ghouls and Ghosts, and I think Ghosts and Goblins as well. And also remix stages. Let's go. Time your double jumps, or you'll get hit by the spikes. Alright, let's move. Going this way. And now we go to the second half of the room. If there's anything in this game that will make people squeamish, it's this part. Personally, I think this is the worst part of the game. Oops, did not mean to do that. Go back. apologize if this makes any of you guys dizzy. That's just how the way this stage works. But we're getting close to the boss. Right here. I'll slow down. The slowdown will go away, I think, if at least one of the heads is gone. It's definitely getting better. There we go. I can do it. I crash. There we go. Alright, let's go. So it's all snowing here. Looking cool, Arthur. Wow, no. Those are the same enemies as the third stage. Yeah, exactly. The Super Nintendo is better than the Sega Genesis in terms of hardware on everything except for the speed of the speed of the CPU. The CPU is the only thing in terms of hardware that the Genesis can do better than Super Nintendo, because Nintendo cheaped out on the CPU. I mean, the CPU in this is good, but it's not great. That's like the main flaw of the hardware for the Super Nintendo itself. Because otherwise, if it wasn't for that, everything would have been better. In terms of sound, it's basically more subjective thing. But everything else, in terms of hardware, Super Nintendo basically knocks it out of the park and everything except for the CPU. I wonder if the Super Nintendo CD, if they would have actually have used like a much better CPU, that would have actually have led to less or no slowdown. I also wonder if that would have meant that arcade ports would have actually looked even more closer to the arcade or better than the arcade. Oh yeah, Super FX 2 would have been more fun. It's just that the Super Nintendo CD just brings up so many different what-ifs. But that would have also required Sony and Nintendo actually being on good terms with each other. Because Sony actually wanted to own Nintendo's IPs at the time. Nintendo realized that at the last second. I think that if they would have seen that contract before signing it, they would have said no. They just wanted to do the deal because of the fact that Super Nintendo uses a Sony sound chip. So, I remember, like, after the Nintendo deal fell through, Sony went to Sega, and Sega of America was on board. Sega Japan, however, was not on board. That's the other thing, too. And remember, in addition to Sega passing up the PlayStation, they also passed up the N64 because Silicon Graphics went to Sega first. And while Sega of America said yes, Sega Japan said no. So who does Silicon Graphics go to next? They go to Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo CD could have potentially have handled full motion video better. Not too much better. Like, not better than PlayStation or Sega Saturn, but definitely better than Sega CD for sure. I honestly think it would have handled full motion video better than Sega CD. Hell, even better than Sega 32X CD. Exactly. This stage. This is the 6th stage. We're in the castle. Stages 6 and 7 are in the castle, but in different parts. Exactly. It would have only depended on, like, the developers. Good old Centipede, yep. Like, I'm not sure about the third parties, but Nintendo themselves would have had, like, they would have partnered with, like, a company. Hey, Retro Gamer Kevin, how you doing, dude? See, I'm playing some Super Ghouls and Ghosts right now. Ah! Yeah, because before I played Ghosts and Goblins and then Ghouls and Ghosts through Capcom Arcade Stadium, now I'm doing Super Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo Online for Switch. Oh, you were playing Sonic CD? Nice. Very good. That's a great game. Oh, you're playing as part of Sonic Origins. Nice. CDFMVs and Centipede. Yep. There was a company that Nintendo used for full motion videos on the DS. I think it was called MobiClip. It didn't play out the best qualities, but they managed to actually look decently well on DS. Nintendo ended up buying them out. I think third parties went to Nintendo to use them just to get full motion videos on the DS. Like, there's that Resident Evil game on the DS, Resident Evil Deadly Silence, which is actually a surprisingly good port. The Nintendo DS, what a handheld right there. Amazing what that handheld is actually capable of. Doing both 2D and 3D games at once. There were some 2D games that started off as just like GBA games but with a second screen. And then later games looked better. Oh yeah, the Mercenary 3D. They did, yes. Like a lot of third parties were using these on like GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox. Like there was ADX and like some other companies that they teamed up with to get high quality full motion video and to have high quality powered games. I think Dreamcast might have had that too. Alright, here we go. Sega CD and Saturn both use Cinepeak format for FMV, as did 3DO and Atari Jaguar. What did PlayStation use? Unless PlayStation was whatever Sony had at the time. It probably might have been proprietary, that specifically for Sony. Got him. Oh, but we're not done. It's never off. And it shoots a big blue beam. So you gotta watch out for that. Ah. Got him. And that's just loop 1. Oh, Arthur. I'm so glad you came to help me. But not even you can defeat that fiend Sardius without the goddess's bracelet. I once wore the bracelet, and that's why I was attacked and captured by the demons. I barely managed to hide it on the way here. Please, Arthur, come back here with the bracelet and release me. You are my only hope. Yes, we have to do it again, but We're gonna go get it. We're gonna go get the bracelet. Except, normally, the search is indeed on, Maverick. Normally, you would think I would get the bracelet now. But no, I'm not, actually. I'm not gonna get the bracelet now. You wanna know when I'm gonna get the bracelet? When I reach, stage 7. Because there's gonna be a point where I'm going to use my power to get the chest. And that's before I fight the bosses. Gotta slow down though. And the goddess's bracelet will only pop up in a chest. So I'm going to be keeping this weapon until I get over to the castle again. The second castle stage, not the first one. And down I go. Let's go. Let's go. Now for the next stage. Let's go. Alright, we're moving through. The reason why I'm not getting the goddess bracelet right away is because, unlike the Psycho Cannon, which was actually really good and really OP, I'm going to be very honest. It sucks. The goddess's bracelet sucks. but you need it for the final boss. That's why I'm gonna go with the crossbow until I get this to the second castle. And then, once I reach a certain part, I am going to use the ability I have right here to summon a chest. No, I don't want that. No! Alright, take care, Maverick. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping by as always. Alright, we gotta make sure everything is all good. Let's go. Boss time is coming up. We're gonna beat this boss. Alright. Got him. Alright, to the next stage. Let's go. We're back here, but we're going to take care of business. Going down. Alright, let's go this way. Let's go, go, go. There we go. Alright. Let's get to the other side. I'll go this way. Come on. This way. Alright, just keep attacking, keep attacking, keep attacking, keep attacking. Yes! That was good. Let's go. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo, easily. Whereas Super Metroid is my favorite Super Nintendo game. But this is up there for me, like so many others. Like, of all the Ghosts and Goblins games, the one I loved the most, up until Resurrection came out, was this one. Resurrection, to me, topped it. Like, it's glad to see them actually, like, bringing it back and making a new one. But yeah, Super Metroid, I love it. The only things I will say in regards to some of the flaws it has, it doesn't need a run button. Samus should be able to run naturally. And the fact that the wall jumps could have been a lot better. Because in Metroid Fusion, they made the wall jumping a lot more precise. Second place for me would be A Link to the Past. Another great classic right there. Also, hot take. As much as I enjoyed the Donkey Kong Country games, Yoshi's Island is much better than both 1 and 2. Have not played 3 at least. Link to the Past, so good. But yeah, Super Nintendo was great. Super Castlevania 4, my favorite 2D, like my favorite Castlevania game that is from the old style. Rondo of Blood is a close second. I do like Bloodlines more than Castlevania 3, though Castlevania 3 is the best of the NES games. Yeah, SNES and Genesis were like the golden age to me, and I feel like the silver age, in my opinion, was the N64, PlayStation 1 era. GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, I thought had some really good games. There are people who say that the 6th generation is the dark times. It's the dark times of fighting games. Xbox was trying something new because they were the new kid in town. Dreamcast was also really good. And this Friday marks the 10-year anniversary of the Wii U. The Wii U being like a console that suffered from a lot of problems. It was not as powerful. It was barely anywhere near as powerful as PS3 and 360. Bad marketing. The name Wii U. People thinking that the Wii U was an add-on to the Wii. It had some good ideas, but it also had some not so good ideas. At this point, I think they will have to go back to making powerful systems because now not much they could really do to innovate at this point, because the hybrid model for the Switch is innovative as it is. Just take what you have of it and build up from that. That's what you gotta do. You gotta take what you have and build up. We'll see how the next generation goes. Like, and also, it's not only that, but also, I think a lot of the parts that they would probably use that would make it way more powerful than the Switch are starting to get a lot cheaper. And the chip shortage is already over. So PlayStation 5s and the Series X are becoming a lot more available. That's the thing, there's really not a lot they can do to reinvent the wheel. They already did with the Switch. And also, they gotta be very cautious because, like, the current president of Nintendo Japan, Shintaro Furukawa, he actually said in an interview that he is aware of the fact that there has been a pattern in which that there would be, like, a generation where Nintendo was successful, and then the next generation, they would not be. So they're aware of that. So at least they're aware, as opposed to, like, being shocked. So we'll see how they play things out. Some games they probably won't be able to get ever because of exclusivity. Yeah, exactly. The Switch has a huge install base as it is. So why not build up on that without like alienating anybody? The problem is there are probably people who there'll be people who feel like they don't need to upgrade. Yeah, call it Switch 2 or even Super Switch. Those are very good names. Have a strong launch lineup and a launch window. People think they might be saving Metroid Prime 4 for it. I would, and if they do save Metroid Prime 4 for it, I would not be surprised. Like, you would have the new Mario. Zelda, we're getting a new one next year, so it'll be a while before we get, like, another one of that scale after Tears of the Kingdom. Just hit everything right out of the park. A new Xenoblade, a new, like, Metroid Prime 4 would be a good place to start. New 3D Mario, a new Donkey Kong game, Kirby, Pokemon. The most boldest thing I could see Nintendo doing is potentially waiting until when Pokemon Company and Game Freak are ready to do a Generation 10 for Pokemon, even though we're about to get ready to get into Generation 9 on Friday. What if a new Nintendo home console launches with Pokemon? Now that would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. F-Zero will be that one franchise that, like, just won't come back. And yet, Metroid gets a lot more chances. Like, we got Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread's now, like, the best-selling Metroid game ever. So, let's just say, Metroid ain't going anywhere anytime soon. It had a huge hiatus, came back, and Metroid Dread was critically acclaimed. It ain't going anywhere. Yeah, the two home consoles not to have a Metroid game are N64 and Wii U. Virtual Console doesn't count. Same here, Dragon. Apparently, Nintendo contacted a studio, an unnamed studio, to work on a Metroid game for N64, but the studio said that because of how good Super Metroid was, they don't feel like they can actually make a Metroid game of that scale, and they feel like it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as as the other games, so they've ended up passing on it. I heard rumblings of who that studio might be, and that studio ended up is supposedly Rare. Imagine if Rare made a Metroid game. I wonder if that's why they decided to make Perfect Dark. Or if Perfect Dark is because of the fact that they don't own the license to GoldenEye, so they wanted to make their own. I think if Metroid 64 would have came out, it would have came out in 1999. That would have been a good year for Metroid 64. Alright. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't like this weapon. It's not as strong as the Psycho Cannon. Because in Ghouls and Ghosts, Psycho Cannon was really strong. Here, the Goddess Bracelet power, not so much. It's strong, don't get me wrong. Alright. It's about to be boss time. It kinda does. There we go. Now for the next one. The fire has a longer reach. Oops. Gotcha. And now we have one more boss. Let's go. Final boss time, let's go. Thanks. A brawl is surely brewing. Sonic 2 should win Best Adaptation. It should. It really should. I don't think that's a good spot. I wish you could shoot up. Alright, we gotta keep going. Got him. He's dead.
You win.
Alright, cool. And he's dead. No one could ever imagine that the princess's bracelet was such a powerful, magical weapon. Even the princess herself was wearing it. As ordinary jewelry, unaware of its magical properties, she only learned the true power of the bracelet when captured by the demons, and barely hit it in time. Finally, with the help of the bracelet, Arthur defeated the demons. They will never arise to menace peace-loving people again. So this game is awesome. This game is amazing. One of the best games on the Super Nintendo. If anybody ever wants to know like any good game to play on Super Nintendo, this is definitely one of them, and I would highly recommend it. But yeah, I absolutely love this game. And that showdown though, yeah. An adventuring party walks into a bar. The barkeep asks why they all came with weapons. The leader of the party replied, "Mimics." The barkeep laughed. The adventurers laughed. The table laughed. The adventurers killed the table. It was a good night. That was a good one. But yeah, that was very nice. And I appreciate that. I think anyone... I really think people should play this game, though. Princess Prin Prin. Brightness off. Yep. Let's put it back on, because I forgot it goes like that. But yeah, what a game this was. And now there's the credits. But yeah, what a game. Like, what a series. Even though I did stream the recent game, there's still one more game for me to do in the future. Not tonight, but in the future I want to do the PSP game, Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. I haven't done that yet. So I've done all these 3 games, and I've done Resurrection. Try Rip Your Own Hair Out Frustration difficulty for true ending. Oh yeah. Oh god, professional mode. Professional mode is definitely something. Alright. But this is definitely pretty cool. Thank you for playing. Presented by Capcom. But yeah, I always enjoy these games, and I will always keep playing these games as much as possible. Yep. The end. And this is also one of those games in which that the only way to get out of this is to reset the game because it stays on the screen. So if you hold the ZR button, apparently, like it, if you hold the ZR button, it acts as a go into the home menu. All right, but yeah, great game, absolutely fantastic. Glad to have done all 3 of these games tonight's all in one stream. I will actually end it here because it's almost 11. I figured, you know what? Since I did 3 games, I think I'll just end it and send the raid over to someone. But first, let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the stream. Still, I appreciate you guys coming through. Thanks to the raids in general, as always. Schedule tomorrow, we're going to do 2 hours of Capcom Arcade Second Stadium. The plan is I'm going to be playing 1943 Kai and Knights of the Round from that collection. And from 9 p.m. to midnight, Shad JV, MMG Mike, and Silverstone Condor are going to be joining me for some Mario Party 2 online through Nintendo Switch Online. And then Thursday, Retro Nights. This month's theme, 16-bit era fighting games for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. So that's how we're going to be doing that. Sunday, Sharing with Shell Shock episode 16. It's going to be a Sonic discussion, but more on that soon. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through. Another great stream, as always. I always have fun playing games that I absolutely love a lot, like games from my childhood and my teenage years as well. Just showing them off. And in the case of the Ghosts and Goblins games, those are always games I enjoy playing because of how hard they are. Like, they're meant to be hard, but they're fun because of how they are. Yeah, take care, Dragon. Thanks for coming through. But yeah, I'm gonna find somebody that I can raid right now. Let's see who's on that I can raid, because there's plenty of people on. Just gotta figure out who is on that I can raid right now. Let's see. Let's see. Silver Zombie is about to wrap up. Let's see. We got Acid High doing Lego. We got Okami Hylia doing Hades. We got Elementality doing Pokemon Coliseum. We got Rush Pirate playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Who else do I got? Let's see. We got let's see, Sonic Frontiers. Like, we got some people playing Sonic Frontiers, but since I already beat the game, like, that's already done. So I don't have to worry about spoilers. Let me see. I think I'm going to send the raid over to Elementality. I haven't actually sent the raid over to him in a while, so he's currently playing some Pokemon Coliseum. So we'll send the raid over. So let's do that. Let me go ahead and get the raid call going. Let me set that up to have it set for Elementality. Alright, so Elementality is who we're going to be raiding tonight. So we'll get the raid call going. And with that in mind, that's going to do it for the stream tonight. Take care of yourselves as always. Be awesome. Stay awesome. Tell your loved ones you love them. Check up on them as always. Make sure to fight for everlasting peace. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.